Hello.
All right, now we're live. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. All right, just bear with me a second. Just try and get me notes up.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. So to give you a short introduction, first of all, welcome to the Esports Creative Podcast. So I'm Esmond, aka UYU Shen, in the world of gaming. So I'm a product designer for Booking.com, but I'm also the lead designer of UK EU division of UYU. So this is a channel that is different to your everyday podcast channel. It's not basically based on your expert gameplay. This is more tailored to more content creators, illustrators, designers, visionaries, creative individuals, and the unsung heroes within the esports space. So whether you're a photographer, voice actor, designer, anything like that, feel free to come into this podcast. It's more tailored to you guys. So believe it or not, we creative people all play a huge part in the esports space, establishing brands within gaming and outside of it. But all I want to say is thank you for you guys for joining us. And today we have a special guest who's a young illustrator from EQNX, AnnaRumi, who wants to be called Rumi. And she's not quite confident being on camera, so we're going to have to deal with Anime Rumi.
Hello.
So first of all, welcome Rumi. How are you?
Thank you, Shen. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. This is I'm really grateful for this opportunity and getting to know you and talk about art in the esports industry.
Oh, lovely. Let me turn down the music. I think the music is getting a little bit loud. So yeah, welcome. So we're going to kick off with a few questions actually. So I want to know more about you and your journey into getting into Equinox. So let's talk about how did you get into illustration? Like what made you become an illustrator?
So, my dad is also an artist as well. He does paintings and he does wood sculpting, and he does such amazing art that I've grown up with throughout my life. So, I was really inspired by him, and he taught me a lot. So, then I pursued my degree in game art and design. So, I do a little bit of 3D as well. But illustrating is something that I've always done as throughout my life, so I'm more confident with that. But soon I'll do more 3D.
Nice. So
Yeah.
is that something that you want to take on as as a career, or is this something that you do as a hobby, or?
So yeah, right now I'm making games as a hobby, but I would like to do that for work in the future. Right now illustrating is something I'm more comfortable with, but I do want to delve deep into making games. So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah.
What type of games do you normally create then?
Right now, really simple games. I'm trying to study more programming so I can make more complicated games. Um, Stuff like platformers. I've made Pong and Flappy Bird. Just like
Oh
just like
wow.
a just like a mimic of them. But right now I'm trying to do a lot more advanced stuff. But yeah. Yeah.
You
I,
should send a link to our viewers, so they can play your games. If you got them available,
oh,
that'd be awesome. I would love to
d-
have a go in some of the games that you created.
yeah, definitely. I don't have the any games that are finished like right now that are able to be released. But I will soon in the future. Right now, I'm entering game jams, which are basically game development competitions where you have to create a game in a short amount of time, and they provide you with a theme and everything. So that's where I'm working in as well right now, but I'm also doing commissions, doing illustrations on the side. But I want to get into more like platformers, like pixel art or something like that. Some games that really inspired me are like well, a game that really inspired me that I found recently was actually like Hyperlight Drifter.
Oh
That
wow.
game,
Okay.
yeah, that's a really nice looking game, and like the story of about that game is the one of the developers was actually dying
Oh
while
wow.
making this game. Yeah, so this was his last hurrah.
It's like his legacy.
So
This will be his legacy, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, exactly. So that really inspired me.
That's amazing. So I presume you want to leave a legacy as well with a really well-made game.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But right now, my skills aren't very good in programming. Really basic stuff right now. But I'm learning.
It's all about the self-development.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. I didn't know that you worked in game design. That's pretty amazing. I really thought that you were just an illustrator that does commissions on illustrations or emotes and stuff like that. But it's pretty awesome to hear that you
Oh,
got
thank
into game
you.
development. I haven't really spoken to very many game developers, believe it or not. So this is like the first time. This is
Oh,
brilliant.
oh, thank you. That really means a lot to me. Yeah. I'm still not like the godlike indie developers. I'm still learning. But I hope I can improve and everything. So.
Yeah, you know what? I download a lot of indie games, believe it or not.
Oh, I love
For the PS
this game.
Vita, I have the handheld PlayStation console, the PS Vita. I
Oh
download
yeah.
loads of indie games on that, and it's
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
yeah, like the Dead Sheep and stuff. And I love playing games that are not that well known. It's
Yeah.
it's that idea of discovery for me. I love the idea of discovering gems, like hidden gems that people not heard of.
Yeah.
It's the same with me with music or design, you know. So
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
that's awesome. That's brilliant. I'm really keen to see some of your games actually. So,
Oh, thank you.
so
Yeah,
make sure you drop us a link or drop us a sample or something.
There's actually like a game jam that's actually next week. So I'm gonna be doing that. The game jam is Nokia theme.
Right.
So it'll be a very tiny 84 by 48.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
tiny.
a very tiny game. Yeah. Those are the constraints for that theme. So I'm pretty excited to see how that goes. But yeah, but with like illustrating and stuff, I definitely do love doing it, and that's something that I'm like most comfortable with for sure. So that's why I do it so much. But I like getting out of my comfort zone and learning some programming too.
That's brilliant. Yeah, you know, so we covered two questions in one pretty much. So we kind of know your illustration background. We kind of know what inspires you, which is basically your family, which is brilliant. It was really nice to hear. And I kind of want to know the story between you and Equinox Gaming. How did that come about then? So how did you two discover each other? What's the story
Yeah,
behind that?
so that's actually like really crazy to think about because I didn't think any of this would happen. It just happened, you know. So I was just streaming Tekken, like, and I was just like first Dan or something, and you know, I kept streaming Tekken, and I got, you know, of course, getting better and stuff, but I started talking to Emily a lot, and then she invited me to be on the stream team, and then after that, she asked me if I could do some merchandise. So that was pretty exciting for me. So everything all developing together wasn't really expected at all, especially since when I first started streaming Tekken, I was really into watching like Tekken streams. Like I loved watching Cuddle Cord streams, and she was truly an inspiration for me, especially during Evo. She was so amazing, and I really love her, and so that really inspired me to get into Tekken. And then being on the same team with her just like blew my mind.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It must be an overwhelming feeling, like someone
Yeah.
that you really looked up to, someone that you really aspire to be like, and or someone that you gain inspiration from, and then you're on the same team.
Yeah, exactly. And I still love her, and she still inspires me to this day, and she's so amazing. And I don't know, like I think it's just a weird feeling to to all of a sudden be here.
Do you want to know a funny story about me and Cuddlecore? We actually spoke before she got really famous, before she became like a big Tekken player. We spoke about art a lot, you know, like she used to send me paintings of, you know, like I told her.
I love her art.
Yeah, it was before me and her became part of UYU or Equinox Gaming or anything like that. We both knew each other through art, so she sent me a lot of her paintings. She's a very talented painter.
Yeah, she really is. I really love her art. She showed me a lot of her traditional art, and it's so nice. I really love them.
Yeah. That's how we got to know each other. Then then the next time I saw her, I was in Amsterdam. Right, so in Amsterdam, this is like the Tekken World Tour Finals. Then I was like, hang on a minute, that's Cuddlecore, no way. And she was like in top 16 or something like that. You know, the last chance qualifier. I was like, my god, wow.
She's so good.
She has gone many levels, but I didn't say hi to her at that time because I know she was like in that mindset to concentrate on the tournament, so I didn't want to disturb her at that time. But she was like, oh, why didn't you say hello? You should have said hello. And I was like, oh, I didn't want to disturb you, you know. You were really concentrating, so that didn't, you know, I'm that type of guy. You know, if I see you really focused, I'm not gonna go over. I'll go over when there's a spare minute, but not when they're really in the zone and really concentrating.
Right. I love her determination and her passion. It really is truly inspiring. She tries her 100% in everything she does, and that's what I really, really love about her.
I agree. She's definitely escalated herself into tremendous heights, creating lots of great content as well, helping newcomers into Tekken, which is great to see. So, and I know she's always featured in the Blasted Salami as well, which is good to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is a very, very well-known Tekken stream podcast.
Yeah, I
YouTube
remember.
channel as well.
It's the Blasted Salami. Yeah, I remember watching learning Tekken through his videos. That was some of his videos. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a really nice channel.
Yeah, definitely. I know the designer in the Blasted Salami as well. He's a really, really talented designer. So we speak a lot about UI, UX design as well. So he's all about clean design, and you can see it on in the YouTube channel. Of all his work, his overlays, his video transitions. It's amazing. It's really, really great work. So I'm definitely gonna have him on here one day soon. But he's like you, he's a bit shy on the camera, so he just needs to gain a little bit more confidence. But his work speaks volumes. It actually does.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, great to hear that you became part of Equinox Gaming. You were a content creator first, right? Then you became an illustrator for Equinox Gaming, or are you now like a hybrid of both?
Yeah, exactly that. I was at first a streamer, and then I started doing merchandise like shirts and stuff. And then now I'm a hybrid for sure. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I've gone the opposite direction. I was the like a lead designer first for UYU, and then I sort of transitioned into doing some content, like part of the stream team as well, streaming now and again. But that's not my main role. My main role is basically provide design content and support the content team with their tournaments or their social feeds and stuff like that. But me streaming is only like part-time. It's not really my main role, so I kind of like transitioned into that slowly.
I think it's awesome though. I think it's awesome to see the personality behind all the art and the graphics.
Oh, thank you.
and you have really good content too. You have a really, really great stream, and you also have a lot of hobbies that people can relate to, right? Like your Gundams.
Oh yeah, thanks. Literally, it became like such a great hobby of mine now, and I'm starting to have withdrawal symptoms once I finish one. I'm like, I need to buy another one. Need something to play with. Need something to build. It's like grown-up Lego, I would say.
Yeah, like an adult Lego set.
Adult Lego, definitely. Yeah.
They're really cool though. Like, can't you like move their arms too?
Yeah, you can move the arms, you can move the legs and stuff. Like you can do different poses and stuff like that. And
That's super cool.
and I'm trying to emulate the poses from the Gundams to the box.
Yeah.
Like the box has got like their pose, and I'm trying to sort of emulate it, and try and get them to do the box pose and have the box behind them, so they can see that I'm trying to build it light to light.
Yeah, I really like that. Do you have a camera to like do like photography for that?
I think I need a better camera than my phone camera. Well, that's an area I'd like to get into though. I'd love to get into photography.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, I've seen like some photography of that with like a micro lens camera or something like that to make it look like you're like huge.
Yeah. I've seen them.
I think
as
that's really cool.
They're really, definitely. The thing is, I can't afford a camera at the moment because of hard times at the moment with COVID. So I can't really afford too much these days. Otherwise, I would have bought myself a really nice camera. But,
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. But the thing is, I think the good thing I think that the main good thing about COVID, even though it's not a good thing, I'm just to warn the viewers, I wouldn't say it's not a good thing, but I'm just saying like somehow it has benefited some of the people within digital marketing and people working within the digital space, whether it be working in design or whether working digitally and stuff like that, I think we are more needed than ever before. We are like helping organizations and businesses grow, because all we need is good internet connection and a good computer to do our work. And I think it's helped elevate our career paths. It's almost become like a really in-demand career path now, for the things that we're doing, which is really good to see. But obviously really bad on the people that need to be in offices and in premises and stuff like that. It's really affected there's a whole paradigm shift in careers. I think, if you think about it, it's completely gone mad. I really do miss being in the office. I really do miss seeing people. I work.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I do my best work with people, and it's kind of hard when you're just doing it through through Zoom or Discord or
There's a disconnect, a huge disconnect. I had a friend who said that he had happy hour through Zoom with his coworkers. It just sounds so awkward.
Yeah, I've seen people dress up in Zoom as well. Like they dress up for the parties. I don't think I'll go that far. I'll put on a jersey. That's as far as I go. I haven't quite done anything like wear a bow tie and a suit or anything like that. I've not gone that far yet.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. So we know more about your background with Equinox, how you got into Equinox gaming from being a content creator, moving into illustration, which is fantastic, by the way. So now you got like a hybrid role. So what I want to know is just like, what inspires you in illustration, other than your family? Is there anything outside of your family that inspires you to do what you do?
Lots of things inspire me. Environments, characters, even like other people's artworks, or even like people, and even for me, I think passion and emotions is what inspires me the most right now. Just people who are passionate about what they're doing and everything. Yeah, definitely all those things. Right now, my favorite artist is probably Artgerm.
Oh,
He's my
Artgerm, yes, I know him.
love Artgerm. Oh my gosh, he definitely inspires me. I remember him showing his first artwork, and it was definitely not as good as he is now, for sure. It definitely showed that anyone can reach to that level if you work very hard. So he truly inspires me as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his work on Pinterest, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's really fantastic. Like the Artgerm's work I've seen his work for like Street Fighter and some drawings for Marvel as well. And I thought, wow, they're really taking a different spin on the Capcom characters and on Marvel characters, and it's kind of got like this hybrid American Japanese feel at the same time. It's like I can't quite point my finger at it. It's not very American, but it's not very Japanese either. It's like a really great in between. Does that make sense?
And I love the textures that he uses and everything, and he does do different spin on things. He made like Mega Man if he was actually a man, and that was kind of cool.
I don't know whether I've seen that, but I think I'll definitely look into that. What? So he's made Mega Man into like a human being, a man. Oh wow.
Man, yeah, and then he also made Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I was like, what? But he does amazing work. You can tell his style is definitely Artgerm. If you look at any Artgerm work, you know it's Artgerm. And I think that to me is what inspires me, is if someone can look at my art and know, oh yeah, that's AnnaRumi's art. Style. I think I want to get to that point in my illustrations.
That'll be pretty awesome when someone sees a piece of work and they just literally go, oh, that's definitely Rumi's art. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that shows. That is the dream.
That'll be the dream.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, that's awesome. That's brilliant that you have so many different inspirations, Artgerm being one of them. You know, I
Yeah.
only heard about Jim through Pinterest, but I actually follow him on Twitter, but I'm
Yeah.
not went through his Twitter for quite a while because like my feed is literally just full of esports stuff. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I need to filter it down just to like art related stuff. I think just so.
Yeah, there's also
Yeah.
another artist I really like named, I think it was Feng Zhu. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem.
But he does a lot of really famous like concept art for movies and for games. Let me find his website. He also has his own school because his art is so good as well. But here's a link to the school. Actually, let me find the his website.
Yeah, just drop it to me on the Discord, and I'll have a look at it later.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Actually, I'll just give you just like the Google images because it instantly shows like his art. But it's so good, and he does it so fast. Like I've watched a lot of his YouTube stuff, and he just it's crazy how he works.
I definitely would love to see that. I love seeing speed art as well, like seeing how people like go from point A to B very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I that's something that I struggle with for sure because I take so long with my illustrations. But I do want to get to that point where people like you can just speed run it basically.
Yeah, definitely. So that is literally my next question, believe it or not. You know, like I would like to know how you get from point A to B, you know, when it comes to an illustration or someone's commissioning you for work, for instance. So like what is your process of getting, you know, from start to finish?
Right. So first I'll think about what I'll have a list of like what the art will need, like this and this, and then I'll think about it, and then I'll start making sketches, and then actually first I'll also look for inspiration as well. I'll think about it, and then I'll look for inspiration by going through like I have a folder of a bunch of art that I really love. So I'll just go through it to see like what inspires me the most, and then after that I'll make a few sketches, probably about like up to like 10 sketches of what pose or composition or lighting that I like, and then once I find the one that I like the most, I will extend on that, and then grab references that I'll need, and then make the art.
That's pretty awesome. You know, I do feel like people do undervalue sketching, believe it or not. Like loads of people
Yeah,
just go straight onto the computer, whether it goes straight into Illustrator or Photoshop. Or
that's
draw, you know,
true.
and I feel like sketching really does help. Like you just, you know, for
It
me
does.
creatively, I like to dump my ideas on paper first before I jump into the
Right.
computer.
Right, exactly. You need to like think about what you're doing first. Like you gotta like plan out how to get there first. Right. For sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely a lot of artists do that. They'll make a lot of thumbnails. And then see what works best. You'll
Definitely.
see it. Yeah, you'll see it in like a lot of people in the industry that do that. So I think it's really good to have that planned. It's kind of like going to the grocery store and you need a grocery list.
That's a good analogy. I quite like that. Yeah. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. Like it's like listing your requirements, isn't it? You know, your design requirements or your illustration requirements. Like, okay, this illustration needs this character.
Yeah.
It needs to wear this costume.
Yeah.
It needs to have this title and stuff like that. I make a list of like requirements myself. You know,
Yeah.
like if I try to tackle a design brief, for instance, I try to understand what the client wants, write down all their needs, all their expectations, and then I'll just
Right.
basically sketch out like trying to fulfill the entire list, like make sure the
Right.
designs fulfill that list of requirements.
Right.
And once I feel okay, I fulfilled that now, then I'll take it straight into Photoshop or Illustrator or the computer.
Right.
And then that way I know like I've got a structured plan then, without just going brainlessly into brainlessly into Photoshop. It's almost like going into ranked mode in Tekken without any practice on your character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to get my rank, but I've got no practice whatsoever. I don't know my command list. I don't know anything. It's almost like that, if you don't have that
just
list of
going in
requirements.
blindly.
Yeah. Oh god, I have people in the chat saying, no wonder I get demoted. Go with a plan, people. Go with a plan. Always plan ahead. That's my big takeaway in this podcast is plan ahead. Be like Rumi. Plan ahead, everyone.
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't.
Go gung ho like she does. Like go gung ho. Just go gung ho. YOLO it. Yeah. So you have two ways of living life. You either plan ahead or just YOLO. Be one or the other. Don't be in the between. Just go one or the other. Then you can be happy and live life to your full expectations.
Exactly.
Oh,
sometimes you just go to the grocery store and see what you feel like.
And someone written, oh god, and my friend Arjoke says, I'm gonna write down all my flowcharts next time. If this flowchart don't work, I'll just go to this next one. I think that's what I should do. You gave me an idea, actually. Next time I go on ranked, I'm gonna have post-it notes all over my wall. If I do this move and it doesn't work, I'm gonna do this move afterwards. That's what I'm gonna do. Exactly because it's so hard to keep it all in your head, right? Like all the commands and stuff and all the scenarios.
Right.
I'm just gonna have a wall of post-its. I'm just like, okay, if that move's not working, I'll just go to that one until one hits.
Diagrams and graphs.
Oh my god, I would love to see that. I would love to see if anyone actually does that. And I wonder if it actually does help with gameplay, because I know that way of working really does help with my creative flow. It really helps with my process, like having everything all on the wall, and I can just see within a glance like everything that I need to plan out. Whether it be understanding what the client needs are, what the difficulties are, the challenges, and just to have it all on the wall really makes the problem easier to understand. But I think I should apply that to gameplay, and I think that might work. So we'll see. Right. Oh, thank you, Victoria Tan, for the follow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So, the next question, basically, now that we know how you perform a task, how you get from point A to B, so this is going to take this question even further, right? Okay. So what I want to know is what are your goals, and where do you see yourself in your illustration career or game development career then?
I definitely still see myself doing what I'm doing now. But yeah, still just improving, I guess. I love what I'm doing with EQNX and illustrations. But right now I've taken quite a slowdown on commissions so that I can work on my personal art. So right now I want to finish my League of Legends inspired tarot cards.
Oh wow.
It's one of my projects that I've always wanted to finish, and I got the chance to finish them through funding, so I'm really excited to finish that. And with game development, I want to do my own game on mobile and on Steam, but also maybe for EQNX as well.
That's awesome. Brilliant. we have people actually wanting to ask you questions, by the way, but what we're going to do is going to save them to the end. So if anybody wants to ask Rumi any questions, we'll answer them all right at the end of the podcast, so it won't be too long. So hold that thought, Kiri. So the brilliant question there, we'll get that answered to you straight away. So awesome stuff. So yeah, brilliant. Good to know that you want to carry on with EQNX. I believe EQNX are a very good organization, and I made this comparison. I made this comparison to my last guest, who's called Alt, I made this comparison about UYU and EQNX having like a rivalry, and I kind of saw them as like the Manchester United and Manchester City of the Premier League. So the reason why I think that is because Manchester United is like the Red Devils. They're in red, And then you have Equinox, which is like Manchester City, and they're in blue. And they're both like they're like rival teams, but they also work together because they both represent Manchester. You know, so that's how I sort of I was kind of like got that comparison, and then me and Alt were like, no way, you know, it's kind of a strange comparison, really. You know, like that we're comparing it to football, or you Americans call it soccer. You know, soccer teams, you know.
That's true. Yeah, definitely. I really respect UYU and what they do and what they provide for the fighting game community or esports community. I think they're a super cool organization, and I really love being in Equinox. They really treat me like family there, and they're very supportive. And so I think being friendly with UYU and Equinox together is actually like a really beautiful relationship.
Yeah, definitely, and I really respect Emily and what she does as well.
Yeah.
So she's definitely really pushed Equinox brand. I heard you guys have won awards as well for like being one of the most inclusive organizations out there. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I really love Emily and what she does. And she's so hardworking and puts 100% in everything that she does, and I really respect her. So.
That's good to hear, yeah. And Ginny, I've got to give shout outs to Ginny. She's like a very business focused woman. You know, she's like a powerhouse in business. So I really look up to her as well, you know, in areas of business. And like, you know, I don't want to just be someone that just pushes pixels all day. You know, I don't want to just be pushing pixels and coloring in stuff. You know, I kind of want to be more in the strategy space, and I really do. Look up to Ginny in that way, like how she really pushed UYU, and she understands trends really well. She can see gaps, you know, she can see the gaps in the market within the FGC, and then and I remembered UYU being one of the first teams to not really use jerseys as their core outfits or core merch, you know what I mean? Like they really wanted to avoid that, but they started bringing in jerseys because of the Call of Duty leagues and stuff like that, so they needed a jersey. But when they first came out, they had like the long sleeve t-shirts with the demon on it, like this demon.
Yeah, I really love that. I really love the UIU's design. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring. It's very clean as well, and it really shows what the esports community is representing too.
Thank you. I can rub my shirt now. I'm gonna rub it. Good shirt. Good shirt. Yeah. So yeah. Awesome. Great to hear that from the viewers as well. They really do see Equinox Gaming and UYU as the legitimate organizations, and we can both vouch for them as well. So like how well they treat us, and we're very thankful for the opportunities that they're giving us as well. So
yeah. Definitely, I'm very grateful for everything that they've done for the community and for us as well.
And that brings us to my next question, actually. So we see a lot of like pro players, we see a lot of content creators and stuff like that. And now I feel that creatives and there's bigger space within the creator space in esports now. For example, having illustrators, designers, video editors, web developers, and I think these are the unsung heroes within the esports space. So what I want to ask of you is like, what advice would you give to people that want to work within esports, that want to be creating content for esports? What advice would you give them?
To always put 100% in what you do, and don't lose your passion. Don't give up. I know it gets hard for sure. Not everyone goes through hardships, and it's hard to keep motivated. But fighting through that is what. If you're in the fighting game community, fight through that. Just don't give up, and always keep fighting.
So in short, she says either go YOLO or have a flowchart. Have a flowchart, everyone, and then you'll get far in life. Yeah, so yeah, not block and punish. No, we don't block and punish here. We go YOLO. Nah, it's all about the risk. Take the risk. Is that right? You know, you may
Exactly.
fail many times, but just risk it. It'll pay off
YOLO.
dividends. It'll pay off. Just go YOLO, people. Remember
believe.
that. Oh, keep pushing. Yeah, keep pushing. And you know, like if something doesn't work, just keep doing it until it actually hits. You
Yeah,
know, until it actually works.
exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
it works in life.
Probability.
Why does it not work in second?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so that brings us to nearly the final bit of our show. Unfortunately, we have to cut it short. But is there anything that you would like to show and talk about? Any pieces of work that you would like to talk about? Or
Yeah. So, I have some art here.
yeah, do you want to send me the link to that, and then I'll put it onto full screen, and then you can just talk about it, and you can talk about how you got it, how you got from A to B, or why you're so proud of it, and what made you come up with that idea, that kind of thing.
So actually, I'll show it on the stream here.
Ooh.
So this is actually one of the designs that I did for EQNX. You can actually
Wow.
get this shirt. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it says yatta.
Really? That's
It means
amazing.
I did it.
And I could.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's what Chung. Is that what Chung Li says or something like? Yeah,
yeah, yatta. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where we got that inspiration with the with the buns, but she's more like Harajuku.
That is
Um,
amazing.
Yeah, Emily was the one who had the idea to make it the I forgot what the original poster is, but it's supposed to be inspired from that. The We Can Do It poster for women's empowerment. But it's supposed to be a spin-off of that, but with Chun-Li and Harajuku, yatta.
That is brilliant. You know what I love? I love subtle things like the mole on her below her eye. It's not actually a mole.
Thank you.
It's actually the crown, the Equinox crown, isn't it?
Right,
The logo.
exactly.
I love subtle things like that. It's brilliant.
I like that you notice that detail. That's not a lot of people will notice that first. I
Key
really
eye for
like that.
detail. Professional, you know.
Professional.
Right.
Thank you.
But speaking of detail, right, I've got to point something out. Okay, right, people. This is the combo breaker hat, okay, and I don't think a lot of people will really appreciate this. Now, this is something I pointed out, and I don't think a lot of people noticed it. But if you know this little star right here,
yeah,
that is basically their way of saying that they are sponsored by Astro. So this is the part of the Astro logo. So if you look at Astro Gaming, they have a red star as part of their logo, right? So Combo Breaker is actually put this little red star as like homage to Astro Gaming. And I think that is a really, really cool, subtle design. You know,
that is really cool.
So,
I like how they integrated that so seamlessly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and not very many people notice that. And that is why I learned to appreciate this hat so much more, because like, oh, look at that star, and I realized what it's for. It's basically to, pay tribute to Astro Gaming. So shout outs to the Hado for this amazing design, great stuff. Cool.
I really like that detail. It shows that they thought about it that much.
I know. I love little details like that, and I really love how. Right. Okay. I wonder if I'm right, but did you do the bun so she looks like Chun Li? You've done the Chun Li buns there
exactly.
as well.
It's like Chun-Li but Harajuku, so it wasn't exactly Chun-Li. But yeah, you can definitely get a shirt.
Oh wow!
On
Look
the
at
Equinox
that.
page.
That is amazing. Can you get the jacket? I want the jacket.
That'd be cool if we had the jacket like that. Maybe we'll think about it.
The jacket. Oh, I would love it. I would love a jacket like that. You know, a varsity jacket we call it. I think is that what it's called? A varsity jacket or something?
Oh yeah, varsity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
God, I know my stuff. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? That is awesome.
Thank you. So I was talking about my League of Legends inspired tarot cards, and I wanted to show a little bit of it. I don't know if you play League of Legends. I know it's a lot of people in the fighting game community either do or don't. You know, it's.
I actually I like one character on it in League of Legends. Oh,
really?
Yeah, he's called Shen.
Oh!
That's how I know about League of Legends. Like, oh, by the way, there's a character called Shen. Like, are you
you should play for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He's actually really good.
People
He
actually
even
ask
saves
me.
people, and he makes like crazy plays.
Oh,
And
really?
he's a ninja.
I know. I love ninjas.
Ninjas
I
are
think I
so
can
cool.
relate. You know, I call myself a design ninja sometimes. You know.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually really cool.
I think that's what I'll call myself from now on, like design ninja or
Yeah,
something.
design ninja. I think
Yeah, Shen the design
that's a good
ninja.
idea.
I think that is cool name now. That's it. I'm gonna change my Twitter name. Shen the design ninja. It's just meant to be. Exactly, Kerry. It's just meant to be. Destiny.
So yeah, this
Oh
is
my
one
god.
of the characters. Oh, thank you. This is actually Zaya and Rakan, two champions in League of Legends. So Zaya and Rakan are like the first characters to have like a couple story in the League of Legends lore. So I brought them together to make the Lovers Tarot card. So yeah, they're birds. So there's like a meme that says that they're love birds. So I put the details of the feathers and stuff there too.
That's amazing. You know, like
Thank you.
I had to put it on full screen just to like let people see the detail on it, and I can see the detail. I can see like the use of the borders, and I absolutely love the colors. How you like they're only like representing one color, but it's like all different shades of that same color. You know, on each character.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you for that, for noticing that.
yeah, yeah. Like, you know what it really reminds me of? You ever seen the anime Devilman Crybaby? It's kind of got that sort of really simple silhouette type style. I really like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've only seen one episode of that. I haven't finished it, but it sounds good.
It's
I've heard
dark.
good
It's
things.
pretty dark.
It's dark? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like the is that the circle behind him? Is that like the moon or something like that? I really like.
It's actually Rakan's shield. So basically,
Ah,
Zaya, the purple one, she's the AD carry. She is the one that does damage, and she's basically a glass cannon.
right.
And Rakan is the yellow orange one, who is the one that saves her, and by
Ah,
going to her and shielding her. And this
wow.
is the representation of that.
Wow. It's like a love story. There's absolutely an amazing love story here.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I'm really
amazing.
inspired by it.
And I
Thank you.
absolutely love the detail on the feather as well. The detail on the feather is amazing. You know, like you got the color.
Thank you.
Yeah, the colors really really make it come to life. So that's awesome. Brilliant work.
Thank you. I have another one, and this is the moon. This is actually my first one. I might
Wow.
redo this one, but this is Diana. She's also one of my mains, but
One of
she
your
also
mains.
represents the moon. Yeah.
Oh, I can see that with the hair, right? The hair's
Yeah,
like the
but
shape of the moon.
yeah, exactly. And her abilities are moon. Like her Q, when she throws out her ability, it creates a crescent shape. She literally represents the moon, so that's why I did that.
That's
And
beautiful.
these flowers are represented by the moon flowers. They only bloom at night.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so
like the armor as well. You know, it's like a. It reminds me of Saint Seiya for some reason. You know Saint Seiya?
yeah,
You know
Saint
Saint
Seiya.
Seiya?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saint Seiya.
I love
really
Saint
like
Seiya.
Saint Seiya.
Oh, I love Saint Seiya. And the hair, right? Like suddenly I liked how he shapes like the moon, but also gave me
Yeah.
like some of that Mortal Kombat Sindel vibe as well straight away.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, it is beautiful. It's a wonderful
thank
piece.
you. This is Timo. Do you know
I'm sorry.
Timo?
That's kind of cute. It's like, wow, you made the devil look really cute.
This is Timo, one of the characters in League of Legends, and
Oh,
everyone in the League of Legends community calls him the devil, and until to the point where Riot Games made a Satan skin for him because he's so cute but so evil,
right.
sort of thing.
So he's a
I
little
also made
shit then,
another
is he?
version.
Oh no! What's going on? You made him more cute now. Oh my god. This is you're making the devil cute. This is dear me.
But yeah, this is basically Teemo. Yeah, Teemo will put his ability is he'll put shrooms, like just like mushrooms, but they're poisonous. So but they are invisible.
Right.
So when a character bumps into an invisible mine, they will start to lose a lot of their health.
That's incredible.
And then they'll run into a bunch of them too. And then that's where evil Teemo comes from, because no one knows where the shroom will be, and then you'll get hit by it and die.
You know, what I love about the background that you do is like there's a lot of symmetry in there as well. Like I love things with symmetry in it. It's like I can see the beautiful symmetry in your work. Like, you know, the way you incorporate the borders, and yeah, I like how these little fireballs, you know, they almost remind me of pumpkins as well.
Yeah, that's actually the shrooms. In this skin that Riot made, they made the shrooms into like little devil balls. So that's where I put all the devil balls in.
Right. Do you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do with this, right? In my head, I was thinking, I see the crown. What if you replaced that with the Equinox crown and then made this blue? Then you got an Equinox skin straight away.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. I would like to see an Equinox version of that. And you know, I'll definitely buy the T-shirt. You know.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, but that's about it.
No, that's awesome. Brilliant work. Let me go back to the design chat screen. Bear with me. Hold on a sec. Nope, don't want me in full screen. Oh my god. There we go. We managed to get it to work. We're good. Alright, so that is pretty much it. Pretty much the questions for you. And thank you very much for taking the time for this stream and for this podcast. Definitely learned a lot from you. And I really love seeing your work. I always get excited seeing other people's work and understanding their thought processes, their creative process, and understanding their story when it comes into working into esports. So we're going to spend the last 5 to 10 minutes just to hand it over to the viewers. If they got any questions, then feel free to ask Rumi. So what we're going to do, we're going to answer any questions that you guys have. If there's not any, then we'll just happily close the stream. So, but either way, thank you very much for your time. So I know Kiri asked you a question before, so if I scroll back up and try and find it, I think she mentioned something about whether you are thinking of selling merch on that or on your personal work. Hello? Oh, we lost her. Are you there? Rumi? Oh dear, I think we lost her. Hello. Oh no. Right, let's hang up. Let's try again. Did we disconnect? We'll try again. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I think we disconnected. No idea what happened
We did!
there.
What happened? It was dark and scary.
I have no idea. but we're good now. We're good now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was asking you a question. Kiri did ask you a question about whether you're going to be selling any merchandise of your own personal work, not Equinox work.
I would love to. I actually have a few ideas for merchandise. And I actually have one that's about to be finished because I reached 3,000 followers on Twitch. I wanted to make a nice art piece that's not specifically for 3,000, but because of that, I wanted to make like a really nice art piece and put it on a shirt or a keychain. It's supposed to. I don't know if I want to spoil it, but it's supposed to have a lot of Tekken characters in it.
Oh really? Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
buying it. I'm buying it. Yeah, so anything with Tekken on it, I'll get it. So
Thank you.
I'll send you my address so you can send me a free shirt. So thank you very much. Thank you. God bless. So got a free shirt. Thanks guys. That's it. That's all I'm here for. That's why I wanted to do the podcast in the first place. Let's get a free shirt. All right. Okay. So next question is from Victoria Tan. She asked, Rumi, what gives you the most joy? What gives you the most joy when you create something with pure passion?
What gives me the most joy?
Yeah.
When I create something that I really myself would like. For instance, like sometimes if I don't give my all into an art piece, it really shows, and then I start not becoming I start becoming disconnected with that art piece and not liking it very much. But when I put my all into something, into an art piece, then I really enjoy it, and I feel a lot prouder of that. So for sure, so I guess the answer is putting my all into an art piece and knowing I did my best is what gives me joy.
Good answer. I like that. So
Thank you.
yeah. I guess I'll answer that question too. What brings me the most joy? I think it's I think for me it's solving a problem is my joy. Knowing that here's a problem, but actually getting an answer. And I think that's what gives me the most joy, and also seeing the reaction of my clients or anyone that sees my work, and when they give me that sort of like, oh wow, this is amazing, that's what brings me the most joy. It's like seeing someone, I think it's for me is making a difference to someone, when you create something and then seeing their reaction and seeing them use it and put it into their social platforms, and then see my work being exposed in their platforms as well. I think that's what brings me the most joy.
Exactly. I definitely agree with that. I feel the same way. Like when people have that reaction, it gives you the reaction like, oh, I actually did something right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's feeling that, isn't it? When it's like, oh, I've done a good job, so it's almost like it's almost like giving yourself praise. Well, it's giving you, it's actually is praise, to be honest with you, but it's also
reinforcing.
It allows you to give you more confidence in your creative ability, like it motivates you to get better and do even more. That's what
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I 100%.
Yeah. And just like Kiri says, when your art can make people feel things. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
With that.
If it helps with emotions, if it conveys emotions and it actually brings a reaction and emotion out of people, then I think that's a job well done,
I agree. I definitely agree.
Cool. Good answer. Good question. So thank you very much for that question, Victoria. Okay, so here's another good question from Kiri. So how do you deal with an art block?
Oh man, I get a lot of those.
You answer first and I'll answer mine.
Definitely sometimes I'll take a break and see like if I can like garner any inspiration from other things. Maybe I'll look at some art streams or look at some artwork that I have saved. I have like a folder of a lot of art, so I just like sometimes I'll just look through that and like get inspired. Yeah.
For me to deal with an art block, I think I try and ask the right questions to the client to sort of get an idea of like what exactly they're looking for. I think that is something I I really struggle with briefs or requirements when people just say, oh, just do what you think looks best.
Right, me too. Yeah, they're just like
I hate it.
Just like sometimes I'll ask my client like what are you looking for?
Yeah,
Like, what are
it
narrows it down.
you don't go to a restaurant and like say you go to a restaurant and it's like, oh, you choose what I eat. You know what I mean? It's almost like telling someone to choose what you're gonna eat. It's
like,
exactly the
pick me
same thing. Yeah. Or when you go to a hairdresser's, or a barber's,
Oh gosh.
just do what you feel looks great. And I'm like, oh, I did that one time, right? And it was a big mistake. I will never do that again. Ever.
Exactly. Oh, really? What happened?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, you really want to know? Oh my god, right?
Yeah, I've never done this. So.
Yeah, I don't normally let people. I'm very picky with who I cut my hair. Who cut my hair. I'm very particular. I guess it's like a designer thing. You kind of get a little bit picky about who looks after your hair, right?
Right.
So I remember walking in town in Manchester, right? Like this guy was like basically offering free haircuts to this new salon. This new salon was being opened. It was like a big new salon, right? And then this guy was like offering free haircuts, to promote his salon. So I was like, he's like, look, I'm a professional. I'm a professional hairdresser. I've done David Beckham's hair. I've done Manchester United's hair and stuff like that. I'm amazing. You should give me a shot. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay. So he must have he's done all these big shot celebrities. So surely he must not be that bad. So I went over and went, okay, well, I kind of want the same thing, but can you just like thin it and just tidy up a bit? He was like, no, I'm gonna do something different. I think you'll like it. Just trust me. And I was like, okay, sure. I will trust you. So I let him cut my hair, and he dyed it as well. So he dyed my hair, right? And he basically what he put on my head. I don't know whether you've seen them before, but they look like a condom. Do you know what I mean? Like they put it on your head. And then basically they pull like hair out of it, so it looks like a big head-sized condom. And they basically just pull your hair out, right? And then he done blonde highlights on my head. And then what he did was like he pulled like the really short bits as well on my hair. When you're not meant to, you're only meant to do like the top half, but you'll pull the back half, right? When the thing was done, the hair was cut too short, and then not only that, like I had like leopard skin all over my head. Do you know what I mean? He'd done such a bad job of it. I literally almost cried. You know what I mean? I was like, no. Maybe look like NSYNC. I look like old school Justin Timberlake or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh no. It was
what
horrible.
did you tell him?
Yeah, I wanted to die, and I literally had to shave all my hair off. I shaved all my hair off, like, a couple of days later. It just wasn't happening. Like, I couldn't style it. It was too short, and it was too thick. The hair dye was just horrible. It just didn't work on my hair at all.
Gosh.
So yeah, I just had to like just cut it all off and then regrow it again. Horrible.
Guys are lucky when it comes to that. Like shaving off their head.
What's that? Say that again.
Their hair. Shaving their hair. Guys have a lot of good have it good for that, because guys can usually do the non-hair look.
Yeah, we can. I think my head will look a lot bigger if I shaved all my hair off. I actually done it once. I actually look like my head's bigger than it actually is. So my hair kind of makes me look thinner than I actually am. So yeah. But yeah, what I think the whole point of that story is like when you ask someone to do something for you, I think it's better to be bit specific, or tell them, or give them some requirements, or give them some inspiration, just to point them in the right direction. Because if you just say to them, do what you think looks best, it doesn't really give us much to go with.
Exactly. I run into that problem a lot with doing commissions. Like, oh, you gotta give me a direction. Like, what do you want? What do you like?
Yeah, exactly.
Not like, give me a logo. I mean, what do you want it to look like?
What games do you play? What do you want to, what kind of content do you stream? These are all important questions, and I think it's really, really important to ask the right questions. And I think that is something that people need to do more, I think, is asking the right questions in order to get to the right solution. You know? So that's how I get rid of my creative block. If I normally I get creative block is because I don't know an answer to a question.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
So it's basically for me it's making sure that I have all the answers that I need before I jump into design. So that's how I get over my creative block personally. Anyways.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is among this one's from Victoria Tan. Among the creative people in the FGC community, which you find as a graphic designers very interesting. So, which graphic designers or illustrators or creative people that you find very interesting within the FGC?
I really like your work. Your work is very inspiring. Yes.
Thank you. You heard it, people. Approval from Equinox.
Yeah, I really love your work. It's very inspiring. You do really clean and amazing production work. It's very professional and awesome as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I really respect your art. It's super amazing. I can't think of anyone else. I do like Yin Crescent's art. If you guys know who that is, he does a lot of illustrations as well.
Oh, Yin Crescent, isn't he?
Done. Yeah, I think he's a free agent, but he does stream Tekken. He does comic art as well. Comic art to create content in the community to make comics for them is really cool because there's not a lot of comics out there, and he has his own fan comic, which is really cool, and it's about Lily and Eliza, and you can tell it's his work too because of the style. So I think that's really cool that he has that. There's a few others, but of course, Artgerm does so much art for like the FGC community.
Yeah,
he's done
Artgerm's a legend. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I really love Amy's work from on Equinox as well. She also does the graphics. She does the overlays, the graphics. But we also have another artist. We have a video editor that does video editing too. So
nice. Well, big up to them. They're doing a great job. I see that they really have pulled the brand really well together as well. Every time I see their work, it's very clean. I definitely approve of their work. So shout out to the Equinox team, by the way. Great work. Thank you.
Shout out to UYU as well. You guys do such amazing work. You guys are definitely leading in the FGC and esports community in general.
Oh, so, thanks.
You guys are keeping the FGC community alive.
Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. So I'm going to answer who I think are really good designers to look out for. So one of them is called Sophie K, who's actually the guy who does the work for Blasted Salami. Like if you watch their content, the transitions, the videos, like he does all the graphics for them, and his work is very clean. Absolutely love his work. Big fan of his work.
I'll check out for him. What was his name again?
I'll put it in the chat. It's quite hard to spell. It's
okay.
Yeah, he's in the Discord, by the way. So something like that. If I spelt it wrong, Sophie K, I sincerely apologize. I'm really bad at spelling, by the way. So give that a try, anyways. So he's not on Twitter anymore. I think he's cancelled out his Twitter, which is a bit of a shame. But but just check out the Blasted Salami. It's a really great Tekken content. But great work.
I do like their content. Yeah, the Blasted Salami definitely something that I looked out for when I first started streaming Tekken or learning Tekken. Definitely a good resource.
Definitely, really good resource. Really good work. So who else do I think is really good? I don't know whether you heard of Boss Logic. Have you heard of Boss Logic?
I've heard of the name just because I have a friend who also streams whose Twitter name is Who is Boss Logic, and
Oh, really?
I thought to myself, who is that guy?
He's well, he's gone super big now. He did work for the FGC, he did work for the Australian
Oh,
FGC, so he did like the trailers, he did all the artwork for an event
oh,
called Shadaloo Showdown, I think. If you look at the trailers, oh my god, they're on like a cinematic level. They're just off the chain. And now he's now doing official work for Marvel. He's now doing like poster work for the Spider-Man
oh
movies
my
or
gosh, that's so cool.
what do you call it, the Avengers and stuff like that. He's
Oh,
gone
wow,
to a different level,
that's crazy.
amazing level.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Another video editor that I wanted to you guys to look out for too is actually I started playing this person in a player match. I ran into them player match, and then someone's like, "Hey, that's Alex Nostalgics," and I'm like, "Who's that? Is he famous?" and he actually does such amazing high production quality on levers. Fighting
Right.
game lovers. Yeah, he does amazing production quality, very good cinematics. You can tell he puts so much thought and work into his videos. He recently made one about the golden lever. He's really making a good. He's actually his videos are such high production quality. I can see it Tekken in general growing because of his videos as well.
Right. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check them out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more designer I'll shout out is basically the Hado from Combo Breaker as well. So his work for Combo Breaker is amazing. You know, I love the
I haven't
branding.
seen Hado. What does he do? Is he an illustrator?
He's a TO for the
Oh.
Combo Breaker, but he did all like the work. He did all the merch for them as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's
I really
like,
love the recent one.
yeah,
The recent comic breaker. I think you showed it. It's like on your stream, right?
yeah. It's you know, like he did that, you know, Combo Breaker.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether anyone noticed this on the hat. But look at this. It's like this embroidered. It says no coast, no kings. It says.
Ooh.
So it's like a nice little. I didn't notice that until the other day. That there's another nice subtle thing.
Yeah, it's very clean. It's very they did a really good job on the design on that.
Yeah, they did. I love this hat. I absolutely love it. You know, but I'm not gonna wear it. It'll mess up my hair.
Yeah, it's really nice hair, not like leopard looking like the other hairdresser.
Yeah. I couldn't believe I had to tell that story, but my god, leopard skin, Shen. No, never gonna happen again.
I do like the hair now. It's very nice. It's very like stylistic and asymmetrical. I really like that.
Oh, thank you.
And it's like it also looks like it's like very I guess symmetrical with each other. Like there's no spot that's like not good. I feel like it's very well done.
You're making my day. By the way. Right. Okay. So good to know I've got good hair, by the way. So the last question, the very last question. Sorry, Kiri. We're just on to your next question now. I feel like some people commission. Okay, so there's the question. I feel like some people commission artists without knowing what they want sometimes. Did you ever have to deal with that? Did you ever have to deal with that then?
Yeah, I did have to deal with that a lot. But then I'll just ask them like, hey, what are you looking for? What do you feel like? What games do you usually play? Just like what Shen said. Just like asking the right questions to get to the destination. Kind of like asking, directions of where to go. It's basically like, like that.
Yeah, I get it all the time. To be honest with you, it's like,
Yeah.
Shen, design me a logo.
And you're like,
I'm like, yeah. It's like, Shen, I'm this amazing new upcoming content creator. Design me a stream overlay, and I want it for this, and I only want it for $20.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. $20. I think I can just type your name out for $20. Sure.
Right, exactly.
Dear me. I actually been offered like an entire. I actually had someone that actually come to me. It was like an organization, but I won't name who. But it's definitely not Equinox, by the way. If anyone thinks it's definitely another organization that came to me, and then they said, Shen, we really want you to do our social graphics. We really want you to do our stream overlays for the team. And I was like, okay, sounds good. What do you have in mind? So he told me what he had in mind, and then I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll get back to you on how much that will cost, if that's okay. And then they were like, oh, but here's the thing. I don't have a budget. And I was like, okay, but what we can do is give you free exposure, and you can use our organization name on all your socials. And I was like, oh, brilliant. That sounds like a good deal. Okay, so I do all this work. You're not paying me. You want free exposure on my social feeds, and then you're going to give me free exposure when you have less followers than I have. And I was like, no.
Exactly.
Then I just sort of said, well, I'd rather you pay me, to be honest with you. Is that something you can do? Like, what's your budget? And it's like, I don't have a budget. Exactly. And then I just sort of said, well, I'm really flattered that you come to me. I'm really flattered that, that you see value in my work. However, I don't think we can work together, because I don't think that's something I can do, because it does take a lot of my time. So time is pretty much all is what I give. And if you're not willing to pay for that, then I don't think we can work together. But I wish you luck in your organization and for the future of your business venture. And that's all I said. Right. Do you know what I mean? So I just try and be polite. That's really well said. Yeah, be polite, be be nice about it,
polite, civil.
Yeah, civil. And then eventually when they do become big, maybe they might come back, I don't know. But rather than sort of like slate them for it and stuff. But it is kind of insulting, because when you have organizations that are not giving you your value, they're actually trying to undercut you all the time, then it shows like they're not really appreciating your skill set.
Right, exactly. It makes you feel like they're being taken advantage of when you put all this time and effort into this. Like, it takes a lot of training, right, to get to where you're at, and a lot of time to finish something.
Yeah, and that's exactly what people are paying for. They're paying for your expertise. They're paying for your skill set. It's not just a piece of paper or just a piece of art. They're paying for your time. They're paying for your expertise, your years of craft. Your knowledge. Right. That's what they're paying for. That's why they come to you, right? But if they're coming to you and saying, I don't have a budget, but I'm only going to give you free exposure or allow you to use our organization name on your social feeds, that's not really giving you any value. And then if they're giving like better contracts for content creators and pro players, but they're not giving you anything, then that just kind of proves that they don't value the people that work behind the scenes. And that is something that doesn't really sit well with me.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. You said it better than I did. For sure.
Yeah, and just like Kiri says, you gotta know your worth. And a good example here, Victoria says she will not open her PC for $20 either. So well said, Victoria. Well said.
Well said. Exactly.
Yeah. So that is all we got time for. But all I want to say is thank you very much for coming into the stream, answering the questions, and really giving us an insight on your creative process, your illustrations, and talking through your work. I really had a good time looking at all that stuff, and I had a good time just talking about creativity. So
me too. I really enjoyed getting to know you and being here with you and talking about this, and I definitely support what you're doing for the FGC community and like for the artists in the FGC community. It really helps out the people who are, like you said, unsung heroes. It's a thankless job sometimes, but to have this sort of light definitely shows what's behind the scene, and shows a lot more appreciation and thanks to them.
Definitely, and and I feel people like us, we definitely need a platform to really showcase what we're all about. Our talent and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and
exactly.
and seeing your work really highlights that. It really brings it home for me. Like there are
Oh,
so many
thank you.
talented people out there, and and it's
So
great to
are
see your
you.
work.
Thank you, and so are you. You're very talented as well, and I love seeing your work as well. And I love seeing that you are also passionate about seeing other people's work as well. It's amazing to see, um, just that symbiotic relationship between you know, of artists,
Yeah,
our artist
definitely.
appreciation.
Definitely, thank you. So I would like to thank all the viewers, Victoria, Kiri, Sky Rush, thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank everyone that's been watching. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
questions. They've really been interesting questions. They're not just questions about, oh, what you're doing Saturday night, but more like, really thought-provoking questions. So it's been really brilliant. Really appreciate it. So all of you, thank you very much, and hopefully you have a good night, and good luck in your career with illustration, and hopefully you'll have a really good year in 2021 with Equinox as well. So
Thank
keep it
you, and
up.
you as well, and you as well. I wish you a good luck with everything that you're doing with your endeavors and UYU. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. And anyways, good night everyone, and thank you very much, Rumi, and you take care of yourself.
Bye. Good night, Shen. You
Good
too.
night.
Good
Bye.
night.